So what do we have here? We have the straight up OG carbon theme eMulga dropping us this little 16 gigabyte image for the Raspberry Pi 4, and on first boot I was a little disappointed. Like I didn't watch any preview videos or anything. I'm just like, let's see what's on here. As you see, it's a little bare bones here. However, let's dig into it. Let's jump in before we make any kind of, first assumptions. But this little, it is a fresh build of Raspberry Pi. And you know what? Let me know, spoil it for you. Let's go ahead and jump into it. On first boot, it will resize your image, and this is a really tiny image, so thus it could be great for somebody who just wants a base image to get started with, or who just doesn't want any of the bells and whistles. There is still a lot of the artwork and metadata scraped for you, although I did find some areas where it was lacking. For example, Super Nintendo here. What happened? So like I said, Super Nintendo, I don't know if they want to not talk about that or not, but all the other systems are ready to go. The other thing I noticed about all these other systems that are included on it is that there are some different titles. For example, with megadrive, you're going to also find some Japanese titles. You're also going to find some, like the proto games. You're going to find some European games, Chinese games. So you get a nice mix of games on here. So those are the redeeming qualities. The other redeeming quality, which I haven't mentioned yet, is that this is on one of the newest versions of Retropie. Thus, it will work for the new Raspberry Pi 400. But the problem with that is I don't see any systems here that are really going to take advantage of the faster processor and GPU combo. I'd want to see more Dreamcast and more PSP and things like that. But anyways, I just thought some people might want that, and some people might want, really retro games, and they want the keyboard. And so this would definitely work for you. If you go to Retropie setup over here, we can go ahead and see which version we're on over here. And it has none of the bells and whistles. So if you don't like bezels, there's no bezels installed. If you don't like any additional themes, you don't have to really check that out. So it's 4.7.1, which is one of the newer builds there. So let's go ahead and exit. Everything's set up with a little retro core, so your control should be easy to do. And then you can absolutely bling it out and add more games yourself. As far as games, you got PC Engine 287, Nintendo, NES, you got 1332. That's what I was saying about where there's a lot of games here. So keep that in mind. It's not just the US titles or just the UK titles. Neo Geo 146, and if you're really tight, some people have a harder time setting up Neo Geo because you have to, add the BIOS files here. So it is already set up for you, which can be a little difficult. But besides Neo Geo, there are no other MAME or arcade games on here, which is, something I would like to see. But if you really want to go with this small image idea, I'll get behind it, and maybe you want to, skimp a little bit there. That's where you want to save some space. Mega Drive, a huge collection, close to 1,000. Sega Master System, you have 360. And I'm just showing you here that most of the artwork is here. It's just that really weird phenomenon for Super Nintendo. But Game Boy Color, you got 605. Game Boy, you got 680. And artwork's there. Looks pretty good there with the little arcade, with the little console there, changing screen. Looking good with Game Gear. Atari 7800, you got 65. So for you Atari people out there, you got a couple of the Atari systems, not all of them. And then you got the Atari 2600. Super Nintendo, though, you have a nice collection of games. I just wish that the artwork was all set up here. Just seems like it's missing. Let's even jump to a random letter here, like E, F. Yeah, see, it's just, I don't think any of them transferred over. But there's a lot of games, and they do run just fine. SG is just an artwork thing. SG 1000. Here you go. Here you got like 77. And then Sega 32X, you have all of them. Now, mind you, there's no Sega CD, there's no Atari 800, there's no, 5000 series, there's no Atari Lynx, there's no Game & Watch, there's no PC Engine CD, Neo Geo CD. It's missing a lot. Nintendo 64 and anything above that, it's doesn't have it. So, but let's go ahead and play some games here. Can I drive this? What? That's awesome. Too fast for you, bro. Can I jump? Oh! Oh! Getting a little laggy here, guys. Oh! For Alex Trebek. $80. You didn't know that it's called physical education? Is crowbar? I don't even know how crowbar is spelled. Like that? Okay, Jesus. Which car's mine? The blue one? Oh, okay. Man, I'm pinning it. I like the little map that provided. But I'm just wondering if I'm pinning it. Oh. Where's my nitrous? Whoa. Whoops. Jeez, that tree was not there. Oh, thanks for the boost, bro. Ah! Ah, those trees were not supposed to be there. Well, look at the birds. So in conclusion, it wouldn't be something I would necessarily go towards. You know, I try to check these out, you know, just see what everyone's up to, see what, you know, they're doing. And like I said, pros and cons. Pros, it is one on the newest build of Retropie. It will work for the Pi 400 series unit. And, you know, you do have some of the baseline things set up. So for somebody who wants to kind of build off of this one, it's really good. The other thing I like about it is that the ROM sets on here are not just your typical ROM sets of US and UK releases only. It actually has like some other obscure games and hack games and things like that thrown in there as well. The other thing, last pro, would be if somebody wants a really bare bones image with none of those bezels, none of the introduction videos, and none of the launch screens, and none of that extra stuff. They just want it to be, you know, Linux code and gaming. You know, just give it to me simple, and I can respect that with this carbon theme and everything else. Now, as far as cons, it's pretty much the reverse of what I just said. A lot of people have been spoiled with all the bells and the whistles that come along with these images, including video snaps, you know, the bezel project, themes, pre-installed themes, a theme randomizer, background music, introduction video, and on and on and on. The other con is, as I mentioned, and I mentioned it like 3 times right now, and sorry if I don't let it rest, is what's going on with the SNES collection over here. And, you know, it is the Pi 4. I would like it to see it like really being showcased, which is, you know, it now runs Dreamcast, it now runs Nintendo 64, it now runs PSP fairly well. So I would want, you know, a Thomas Wave, Naomi, you know, give me some of that. But again, that's more of a preference thing, and so I'm not going to necessarily knock it for that because, like I said, this might have a purpose for a lot of you out there. So with all that said, that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.